Hey everybody, how's it going? This is JCruz, your favorite Native American. Dude, I'm always going to say that.
I think you should. It's
because I am Native.
You are.
And I do believe a lot of people like me.
I've read a lot of really good reviews about you.
Oh man, we have reviews?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And who do we have here?
Hey, what's up? My name's Johnny.
Johnny Fisher.
Yep.
Fish, yo fish.
We are back, man. Not only are we back, but
we're here.
We're still here.
We're still here, man.
Yes,
oh my God, this is so sick, man. I'm in love with this. Dude, how you been?
I'm good. Yep.
Yeah.
Just kind of getting ready to start some new adventures in my personal life, that I've been wanting to do that's going to hopefully help, stuff like this and with writing and just other things.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm sure that we'll dive into that a little bit into the show.
Yeah, into the show. You're right. I mean, I really feel like you being here and seeing you, because we know there's like a lot of us have a lot of other things going on.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes that nobody knows about and we can't talk about. But I enjoy seeing, like you told me, you even like verbally said it. You're like, I should be this way. I should be down and out, but I'm not. I'm actually like, let's go. Let's do this.
Yep.
And that excites me. So like the conversations we've been having, excuse me, since, because you've let me in on what's going on behind the scenes, but the excitement you still have, the constant communication we always have, and it's really like you said, you're just checking in.
Yeah.
You said a while back, this phone call is not, for me, it's for you. I remember you saying that. And so now that we're still doing this and we're still here doing this, man, I feel like that's why I love the name of the show.
Yeah.
Still Here podcast. And, to me, that's a huge, I don't know, man. It just reflects each of us. Because I know Mondo is 100% still down on this and stuff, man. So
that's positive. I mean, on my drive over here, I listened to Mama Said Knock You Out by LL Cool J. I'm gonna knock you out.
That's what's up. Yeah.
I put my hood up and stuff, and I'm like punching in my car, and like people were like, "Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, keep it up, bud.
Pretty hardcore in Clovis.
Maybe turn it down a little, bud.
Yeah. Come on, little guy.
All right.
Well, no. Like you're right. It's positive. It's funny. I do listen to, like, there's this one song. It's funny to say it this way, but another band covered it. But Katy Perry came up with this song called Rise, and they used it with the Olympics. I think the last Olympics. Yeah. Dude, this song hits, even the way she sings it. But this one band, I forgot what they're called, but they do like just this bad rock version of
like
it.
Like a not good or bad, like
dope.
Good? Okay, dope. Okay, all right.
And I've been having these nights where like you, I haven't been sleeping. The other day, I was up for like 2 days because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And having these nightmares. So I put this song on, and dude, and I had it on repeat for like 8 hours. And I was sitting there on my bed. She woke up and she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm just sitting here listening. She didn't know what song I was listening to, but I'm just sitting there and I'm trying to like, man, dude, I'm gonna send you that song.
Yeah, do it. Please do. I love finding a song that's like so obscure and like it hits you. Like as soon as you hear it, you're like, oh, damn, what happened? Why am I bleeding? Like, you found that one good song. And
well, let me play for you, because right now, you guys, we're gonna cut to just a quick commercial or something. Johnny maybe eating an egg or something, like drinking an egg or something. And because we can't play this, we'll get copyrighted.
I'm not gonna do that.
But dude, it's called the band State of Mind, Devil in Disguise. They do this song cover, Rise, dude.
Sounds like what's it called? Like a Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
And he does a bunch of covers. I think I've definitely heard of him before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that song helped me, and it still does. And again, I think about like you know, even like now I think about Mondo and
Yeah.
like the guys that have been through the near death experiences that we've experienced, you know, and we're still here.
Yep.
You know, don't think it's an accident. Like he said, it's not no accident, man. Watch me rise. And, you know, and we're at our weakest. I mean, perfect segue to our topic and, you know, where we want to get into.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want to introduce the quote, what we talked about.
I think that
Or your release.
with songs and stuff like that. That's what helps me like the most, honestly. It's reading and music, and now writing a lot. And you know, it's I don't know, it's moving. You know, when you find something that Tim McGraw has a lyric, and I'm gonna butcher this, and my wife's gonna be like, "It's not the right lyric. You know better than that." But like, it's gonna be, you know, music is music if you feel it in your soul. So it doesn't matter what it is, or it doesn't matter like what book it is or what you're writing. It doesn't matter, as long as you feel it.
Yeah.
And so with that, like, I find that there are a lot of really good quotes that are out there. And just one is by Jordan Peterson that you sent me.
Yeah.
And I hadn't read any of his books yet. And I have to look it up because you sent it to me.
Well, no, I mean, that was like the perfect segue, bro, on earth. That was like perfect. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so yesterday you sent it to me and you're like, "Hey man, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, "A harmless man is not a good man." I'm like,
I remember. Yeah.
Okay. And then you read the sentence and you're like, well, go on.
Yeah.
A good man is very, very dangerous. Is a very, very dangerous man who has that under voluntary control. So you're a very dangerous person, and most importantly, we have that dangerousness
Voluntarily.
Yes, we have it at bay.
Yeah.
We have it at bay, and then it goes on, and the real quote is, if you think tough men are dangerous, wait until you see what weak men are capable of.
Dude, I love Dr. Jordan B. Peterson. We're not going to take no credit for this.
Nope.
We're just going to
It's just something that moved.
try to relate to it.
Yeah, and like, oh, man, you know, when you share a quote with somebody, it's not always that someone can go, "Oh, geez, dude, yeah, that's the one, man." I was feeling that all week.
Yeah.
You know, and there's been plenty of times where I've been in church and the pastor's talking, and I'm like, "Man, is this guy talking to me right now?" Like, I've been literally, like, that is me all last week. Like, when you sent me this, and like, I don't take it lightly, because I don't just listen to the quote and then, okay, Jose likes the quote. Yeah, it's a good quote, man. Yeah, I get it. No, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
And like, not only that, but then I'll freaking geek out on it later on. And I'm like, it's not leaving me. And it's like, what does he mean by weak men? Why did he put that? I need to read that again. Well, tough men are dangerous. I mean, they're tough, you know,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're showing you all the cards, is what he's saying. They're showing you everything they have in their hand. And are they dangerous? Yeah. You don't underestimate people like that. But a weak person, or somebody at their weakest, they're not showing you shit.
Yeah.
They're not showing you anything, man. They have everything like up close like this, like a teenager, like a parent trying to look at a teenager's phone when they're typing. No, you're not gonna. They're magic with that too, by the way.
Well, that's what I like. What it says: wait until you see what weak men are capable.
Yeah,
you know, and that the reason why I sent that to you, because I know, again, me and you always talk about what we're feeling, thinking, especially what we've gone through. You know, because your accident, you know, my sickness that I'm still, you know, getting over. I had a recent encounter with someone a while back, and I was at my lowest. I feel like out of 100%, I feel like I'm 80% better. When I met this person and I met him, I was like at 45% health, still needed oxygen, still needed all that. And things got real confrontational. Even at my weakest state, the thug Jose, the other side of Jose, still wanted to, snap back, but literally my physical weakness was I couldn't do nothing because I felt like I was going to get hit. I thought this dude's going to hit me. All right, nothing I can do. There's no sense of arguing back because I'm not trying to steep to a level that's not me no more, because there were a lot of things at stake, and still my integrity, character, especially the stuff we talk about on these shows, man. And I can tell I was getting real baited into it. And so I voluntarily held it back, and
that was so huge.
Yeah, in my weakest moment, I've watch me now. You're gonna see what I'm fully capable of, because there were, I want to say, there were like insults of saying, now you go struggle, you do it the hard way. It's like, dude, nothing's ever really hard for me when it comes to creating stuff. That's easy. The hardest part having to deal with this person. That was it. And come to find,
creativity is never the hardest part.
No.
It's humans.
Yeah,
it's dealing with humans.
Yeah,
and
so
ego and
all the above.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so in that moment, then it's funny when I saw that quote. I shared it with Laura, and that's when I shared it with you. Because I feel at any point, and I feel like that's what is gonna keep me. Because doing this stuff really changed my life. Really did. Because I'm putting stuff out there. Yeah. And I'm a huge advocate of people saying, all right, you said it. Now just live it and do it. But if only you say it and that's all you want to do is for clout or for a status or a platform, but off camera, you're not that person, I don't want to mess with you, man. I don't rock with you,
I totally get that. I mean, when I did this kind of stuff, for work at a news station here in town, you can't.
That's where I met you.
Right. That's how we became besties. Let's go. No look.
Yeah.
So I can't get up there and come up with all this stuff and wag my finger or or say whatever I'm gonna say and then just go act like a fool. You know what I mean? And like that ruins all credibility for anything that I've said and what I even stand for.
Yeah.
Just as a person, not even for as my career.
Yeah.
But like as a person. And so, it's a lot goes into you say it.
Yeah.
Live it.
Especially when you put it out there. And it's funny when you delete everything and like, oh, well, I know I said this or I said this. Let me just go back and clear my history or clear my recent posts. So like a lot of people delete tweets or they delete posts. It's like they don't want to be called out. They don't want to be held accountable. Not called out, but held accountable. Which why I still have all my other previous recordings, because those are the things that I know I look to, man. And I feel like before, that was my biggest weakness. It really was, because I was hiding it behind a persona of I have it together, or I'm bigger and better than I think I really was. And what we talked about before rolling on this, because that really was my biggest weakness, and I was always afraid to be called out on that. Then now come to find out what was my greatest weakness turned out to be one of my greatest strengths. Right. And so
I think Michael Scott said that too.
Yeah.
So in a job interview.
Okay.
I can research. I'm a big Office person. I love The Office.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't know. I can't get into that show.
Oh my gosh.
I tried, but it's
he was interviewing. Michael Scott was interviewing for a job, and he was like, excuse me. He was like, they asked him, okay, Michael, what are your weaknesses? Well, my weaknesses are all my strengths. And they're like, oh, okay, I get it. Okay. You're going to flip that around on us. And, but no, you're totally right.
That's
he
funny.
goes
I got to
on-
get into
he
that.
goes
I don't
on
know.
And he says some really, really funny things. And I don't think he got the job.
Yeah.
But
That's hilarious. Because my buddy Daniel, he's really into The Office, man. And I remember a while back him trying to tell me, and that's when I started watching it. I was like, this show's stupid.
oh my God.
This show is stupid. And I don't know. That was a while back. Maybe my maturity has changed, and I don't know. I'll try to. I'll entertain it now, but before, because I know you
kind of slow, but it's fast. It like once you get to know like after the character development, like it's fast because it just gets better.
That's
It
funny.
just
I don't know.
else.
Maybe I'll dive into that show, and because there's a lot of references you make. I don't know if you're making a reference to an Office quote. You know,
yeah.
Because there's stuff
Like
that
87% is
Yeah.
like an Office quote,
Yeah, see,
Sopranos
then-
quote, Seinfeld.
I'm a fan of Seinfeld. It's been a while. Sopranos I started, but I just really hadn't had time to. Well, actually, I did start it, and then I almost died. So
There's that. Yeah. You almost
know.
got whacked.
yeah, I almost got whacked watching it, man. So, but yeah, I don't know,
Anyway.
man. To get back to that, what are your thoughts on that? As far as that quote, maybe how does it relate to you? Because again, shout out to Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, man.
Yeah. I thought that I was just one way. I mean, I wasn't an arrogant person. I was arrogant for me. I knew that I was I knew that I was a good-looking guy, and I knew it.
I knew
And
I wanted to. I knew if I was gonna turn, Johnny would make me turn.
Excellent. There's so many people now, not so much. Everybody's like, oh, you're kind of like
Yeah.
messed up. And
Nah,
stuff.
man.
No, they
that ruggedness.
I'm just playing. They it made me. It took a lot for me to embrace the new person that I am, both mentally and physically, the way I look. And it wasn't an easy thing for me to do, but I did it, and I did it.
Yeah.
And I did it with a lot of help, with a lot of prayer, with good friends, with good doctors, and a good wife, a good family. But that strength that I thought that I had, I thought I was so tough, right? Humbled. I got humbled.
Do you think that's what you needed?
Yeah. Yep. 100%. 100%. I wish that, well, no, I don't, because everything happens its way for a specific reason. When you go through like a PTSD moment or something like that, like you unintentionally like maybe hurt somebody or say something or, that you don't mean, or you lash out and you don't mean it. And, I've spent 5 years apologizing to some people and, whatever, there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is change the person I am now.
Yeah.
So watch me when I'm weak. I can think to my absolute weakest moment in my life was after the tree stuff and just having to deal with like all the things that I've seen at my job and carnage and stuff like that. And that wasn't my weakest. My weakest was me. I was my own worst enemy.
Yeah.
But when you decide to get up, this is what I take from it. When you make that choice to take your feet off the fog line, when you make that choice to get back up and put your hands back in front of your face and move forward towards a threat,
Yeah.
that right there, I'm getting goosebumps, but like all the weakness is gone. Because I know if I was the toughest dude in the world and you just hit somebody with everything you got,
Yeah.
and then you did it again, and then you did it again, I mean, and people like us just keep getting back. Maybe we're just too freaking new bots to,
or we're like dumb enough to just keep going, you know, because I like what you said, you know, watch me in my weakness, you know, watch me while I'm weak. And because then one thing I love about that is like, even you coming in today, you notice, you're like, dude, every time I come here, you're looking better and better. Because when I saw you a while back, you were this weak, frail, you know, I watched, you know, I've watched you in your weakness. And I feel like when you're at that low point, either by self-destruction or by no choice of your own, you know, again, your response is going to determine your own personal outcome. And so I think with this sickness I had, man, I had so many moments where I wanted to give up and just say, screw it. But I wanted to take advantage of this opportunity. And, you know, and like you said, I think growth is evident. You know, growth is not talked about, you know.
Yeah.
And so when you watch somebody in their weakness and you see them grow from their weakness and become strong, what was supposed to take them out, what was supposed to hurt them or detour them, you know, what was supposed to annihilate you and kill you, because the accident, that tree, man, you know, though as devastating as it was, man, you know, like the pictures you sent me were just horrendous, but I've watched you and I've seen you in your most weakest, lowest point to see where you're at now, you know, and happily talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel
I'm
that's
oddly,
evident growth. That's growth of evidence.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah. But it doesn't come without a price. You know what I mean?
huge
It
price.
doesn't, yeah. And it doesn't come without like hard work.
Well, I think that's what people
and
see.
time. You think people see the hard work?
Oh,
Or
dude,
like,
it's evident.
yeah, it has to.
Because I see it in you. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like they see growth, they see change, but I feel like they see the hard work because they either know the person behind the hard work, you know, and to use you as an example of what I saw, it's like, man, you had how many accidents or big things that happened to you a couple times or a few times, but yet to still see you come through it, man. The hard work's there, the effort's there. You know, now relaunching something like this or launching this, man, I know that hard work is what's pushing.
Yeah.
The hard work that got you out of that is really what's, and my hard work and Mondo's, that's the hard work. Are that I feel like that's why the podcast name is so awesome, is because still here.
Yeah.
The reason why we're still here is because the hard work and what happened to us, all that fire and drive is really what's going to push everything else forward in life. That's what I see in you, man.
Keep getting up.
Yeah.
Keep getting up. Yeah, it's the same. It's really nice, you know, I to see your friends when they're down sucks. You know, it's like seeing a family member when they're down. Like, and down and out and like hurting. Not just like hurting, not self-induced, like, hey, we went out drinking last night, they have the fireball flu. You know what I mean? But like they're hurting and you know, near death, and like I know that look. I know that look because I remember what it looking out felt like. You know what I mean? It's almost like I can go and you watch, like when you see other people that go through that kind of stuff, and maybe even with me or like with, you know, other guests that we have on here or just friends or family. Like,
well, we had Sean on our first pilot episode.
Yeah. I mean, for me with Sean is like because he kind of went through his critical incident before my big one. And I always knew he was high strung. I just thought, or whatever, until like I saw him the first time after my deal. And after I saw him and I just like looked at him, and we just like, we both knew, you know, so, you know, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing, but it's good to like stay in tune with that, stay in touch with that kind of stuff, because sometimes, you know, you're dealing with two people that want to get better. I mean, sometimes you might be dealing with somebody that doesn't want to get better at all, and we're going to have to, you know, assist them. But, I don't know. But, you know, it was just, are you finding that you are, you're more interested in like maybe some things that you weren't typically like you were kind of interested in, but like you didn't really make time for stuff like that. Like I didn't make time for a lot of books and a lot of reading. Okay. So, and staying on kind of on this topic of quotes, you can't get a good quote if you don't read a book, and it's not going to hit you hard. Right. Yeah. So, for me, like I find myself like, instead of just reading a book, I'm like freaking highlighting it. Like I'm taking a test, at the end of the week. Yeah. And I can rip through books now. And just because I just get so, enamored about it and like in it and just diving in that book and just
tearing it apart,
just flipping trees, baby, just turning trees. Plus it's also, I know a tree died to make that book. So that makes me happy.
Well, you gotta remember a tree actually probably got you back, a couple of years ago. So it's kind of like the circle of life or something. I don't know. I went, all right, you guys, thanks for tuning in.
Cheap joke.
That was cheap, man.
A cheap joke.
My execution on that was horrible.
You can call me the branch manager. Or you can call me like
something. Dang it. I dropped the
branch
ball.
Manager. That'd be a cool nickname.
Dude, I dropped the ball on that. Dang it. That's my weakness, is
that's all right.
Executing jokes.
Yeah.
But no, you
ran a good route. You have to catch the ball after.
Yeah, I did maybe what like a Stafford would do. Your OBJ is going way down and you throw it over that way,
I saw a meme. I saw an NFL meme that said that Stafford thinks he still has Megatron on his team.
It's like, dude, you don't.
Right?
Man, the Rams are so overhyped. It's crazy. How are you going to get whomped by the Niners?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, back to the point. I'm sorry. Bad joke, Jose. Well, I've gotten into, like, I have a bunch of books that I've started to, like, being in this sickness, man, getting out of it. There's a huge perspective. But I do look back at when I did start reading a book. I started this one book, or I finished it too. It's like the first book I've started in a while or read. It's called 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do.
Oh, that's nice. I've read that. Yeah,
it's a good book. And that was the only book I've read in a long time. And there's a bunch of other books that I have that I've bought that I want to get into, because I just bought that Jordan Peterson book that you were just talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah. And
did you buy it while we were sitting here?
Yeah.
That fast?
Yeah.
I didn't, man, I thought
if you get an iPhone.
I mean, I thought we were going to buy it together. But
I thought we just did.
I know, I was going to. I mean.
Oh, man.
I have to.
We'll just cuddle and read it together.
Yeah, all right. We'll have a book club.
Yeah.
So we're going to start a book club. All right.
And only members are just me and Johnny, so no one invited. But no, I need to get back into that, man, because I knew when I read that first book with 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do, man, I started noticing a change. I started noticing an awareness.
Oh, yeah.
And especially when it came to shooting podcasts, talking about these topics on the shows. And that's where I feel like that's where the accountability for myself came in. Because, again, my weakness was I never kept myself accountable, and that's why I have a huge peeve on all these clowns, especially these young little moron guys that think they can tell people how to live. There's this quote I'll read, kind of finish my point, is that I cannot stand people who don't live it, man. And it's not so much live it. It's just executing what you're saying.
Right.
Just because it's a trendy, cool thing to say because everyone's saying it.
Right.
And it's easy to get it out there and you can get views and all that. I'm not about views or clicks or follows, man. I'm all about impact. Right. You are.
Impact.
And this is one
content and impact.
Yeah, and this is the quote says, when setting out on a journey, do not seek advice from those who have never left home.
Right?
Yeah. So why am I going to listen to this clown talk about your best you and you still live with your mom and dad? Or why, or everything mom and dad got you, and to me, those are those things where I understand situations are different. I understand things are tough, but when you try to take on this persona or a platform, you're not living. To me, that's tough. That's why I have a hard time with pastors' kids. They want to be, hey man, more power to you. You want to be a pastor like your mom and dad, but there's nothing you can teach your congregation. Without experience.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And there's nothing you can teach to say, hey man, I've been through divorce, I've been through loss, I've been through, outside of just normal issues of life happening, dude, there's nothing you can teach me. And so, and again, maybe that's just too black and white.
No, because you have to be relatable. You
Yeah.
have to be relatable to your audience and to the people who you're trying to, impact. And it's everything that you're saying right now is relating and is circling back to one of the first books that I read when I was getting better, called Leadership by John Maxwell. And I read this and like at the end of 2018 or beginning of 2019. Well, this book was so impactful to me about being a good leader, about being a good person, about being like just somebody that somebody else can count on, being relatable, being it's just all about like self-reflection, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's about shifting like leadership goal, not just goals, but like leadership like old ways of thinking. Let's turn it, fix it, put it on. Let's make a bolt, and and let's really examine like these old ways of being a leader into like, let's now start looking forward and looking at what new leaders should be like and what you should do. And that book really moved me. It moved me so much that I started looking into the John Maxwell certification courses for public speaking, business.
Which you've signed up for and already?
I just did that. I just did that after, because I don't just don't do something like, oh yeah, let's go, let's just do this, or I don't know. I do my research on things. I do comparable things and buying a water heater. I'm not just going to be, can I get a water heater? How many gallons is it? I don't know, 40. Okay.
Or just give me that one.
Which one do you want? Just give me that one. Well, are you sure you want that one? I don't know. No. I go into the place and I do my research. I find out which one has the best warranty, which one is going to be the best water heater for my house. So I also had to do that.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I literally woke up at 6:30 and went with, actually up early, but Anthony went and we went and got a water heater today. So
cool.
But yeah, so like everything that you're talking about right now, everything about that is the reason why I'm doing this John Maxwell certification for public speaking, to be an inspirational speaker, life coach, stuff like that. And I know a lot of people right now are being, they just want to dive into life coaching. But my thought is like, okay, what can you offer people if you haven't done anything besides play video games? Or I played Call of Duty, man. I got friggin', or like you have like the highest level whatever on Fortnite or something, it's Call of Duty. What's the other like famous one?
Overwatch,
yeah.
Overwatch. Well, I like what you're saying, man.
But you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome. Like, like you said, what do you have to offer if you don't have nothing?
Right.
And like, especially when it came to, because I remember when I was a youth pastor, I still believe it now, that I don't need credentials. I don't need to be ordained minister, to be called a pastor or to be anything. Jesus never did it. Jesus actually, his credentials was his hands-on experience. Like what you said, if you don't have nothing to offer and experience, then that's not your place.
Right.
I really believe it. But now, do you think investing in this John Maxwell course, because it's a big chunk of change?
Yes.
Is that something part of you that you felt like you had some weaknesses that you needed to invest in?
Yes. Okay, so I use a, oh, dang it, we don't have any pencils, do we? Okay, I have a pen. So I use, and this isn't me. I heard this, I forget who, dang it, I want to say who did it. I guess I could put it like in the
Just send me the information.
I'll send you the info. But he talks about a pencil. And he talks about how plain it is, but he talks about the potential that's in there. The potential. It's made of wood. There's lead that's inside it, and it's dull right now. There's a small eraser for mistakes, but there's more lead. There's more writing material than there is erasing stuff.
Yeah.
You have endless content in this pencil. Endless content. And I love using this reference because I feel like I got a new pencil, man. You know, and I got a new pencil, but I decided, like, I was holding on to like this like, you know, that tiny one that you had like in school, like, hey man, can I borrow a pencil? And like somebody gives you one like this big, and it's like,
I used to do that on purpose, the new pencils. I was that guy.
How am I supposed to?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to write this?
Yeah.
This doesn't work. Can I borrow a pencil, sir?
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt like I was carrying around that one, and like everybody around me was handing me like new pencils, and like that. Hey Johnny, you want a pencil? Hey man, did you want a new pencil? I'm like, I don't want a new pencil. I don't want a new pencil. I want to be miserable. I want to be depressed. I want to be all these things. And you know, I wasn't ready to sign up for this. And I'm not going to sign up for something if I'm not going to see it through. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
Is that something you've done or experienced before?
What? Like, not seeing something through?
Yeah.
No.
You've never done that?
No.
Okay.
I've never quit anything.
Okay.
I've never quit anything. I don't think I've quit anything. I did have head trauma, so there may be a
couple of times you missed out on a few things.
I mean, I may have forgotten or like not showed.
So you have you have a doctor's note.
Yeah, I got a doctor's note.
You got a doctor's note. So I think I executed on that joke.
Yeah, you did good. Yeah. You did good. But yeah, so just talking about this pencil, and I want it to be sharp again. And so even just like being just getting better, like after my mom died and after you got better, I don't know, I don't know, man. I feel good.
Yeah.
I know that I have chaos. I know I'm in a storm. I know I'm in a storm right now, and I'm good.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
And you think that's why you're making these investments to go like to John Maxwell for all this? Because you know you've been getting better. You know, even when you were recovering and like the issues with your mom, was this still a thought?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's always there. I mean, I still watch like I was still signed up like on my email. So I would get like these minutes with Maxwell. So every Monday he'll send you like something on strength or something like just a quick video about literally 1 minute video and about whatever his topic is, you know, for that week. And it's just, to me, man, it's just like sometimes like getting that quote, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Yeah, like you get me.
Yeah.
And so reading that book helped me. It helped me because I didn't realize like what everything was going on, but like there was something stirring inside me, right? And then learning that he has a certification course, I'm like, oh shoot, to be a public speaker, I'm a public speaker. To be, a coach. Well, I've coached here locally for like a lot of years, you know. There's still people that call me coach. I think that's really cool. And man, I could do that. And then, you know, business. Okay, that's what we're doing right now. And marketing. Okay, well, we talked about that. So I'm like, dude, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, I like that, man, especially your analogy with the pencil, man. There's just, again, I think what I'm getting out of all this is that, you know, you saw weakness, you want to invest in yourself. Because, again, you can only go so far by yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you surround yourself or you invest in yourself, you know. And there's things where I've learned now, because I had this thing where I was doing me, I don't need nobody, my inner circle's small for a reason, all that crap. It's like everyone's regurgitating that. But I come to find out when I was in the hospital, when I wasn't doing too good, I needed everybody.
Yeah.
And I realized my weakness was I just got rid of people that crossed me. Whereas I never found an opportunity to try to reconcile or look for that opportunity. And so now I need people, man.
Yeah.
You know, I need my in-laws. I've had a lot of beef with my in-laws, you know, and I've talked about it on shows.
Because Laura's prettier.
Yeah, pretty much. And
you married up.
well, she's blind. Do you know that?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like legally blind?
Legally blind.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's why she married me, man. It's like she had no idea what I really looked like, you know. But
she's watching all this stuff right now.
and she's
right?
actually
She's
directing.
directing
She's just blind on me.
Oh,
it's like an infection of me, you know. It's just me, you know.
I have found that if you can make a girl laugh, you win.
I made her laugh.
Yeah.
I make her laugh still.
Yeah.
You know, look, she's laughing now, giggling.
Yes, she is giggling.
But
So you married up.
married up, man,
Yeah.
big time. But the thing is, we had beef, man, and I didn't realize how much I needed them. I didn't realize how much I needed my side of the family and friends, you know, and I never want to burn bridges no more, dude. I really don't. And I want to mend bridges. But like I mentioned in that encounter I had, my sole purpose when I met with that individual was to reconcile. That was it. I didn't care about anything, investments. I didn't care about anything that we had together. That to me was already out the window. Because again, look what we're already doing.
Right.
We're doing it now.
Yeah.
So again, that doesn't stop me, you know. This is easy for me, you know. But my whole sole purpose was to reconcile. And they didn't want that, you know, and that's why I got confrontational. So that's why I feel like in being down and out, sick, I need to read more books. I need to keep reconciliation in the forefront. You know, I never want to burn bridges, man. And I need to start investing, you know, in that.
Yeah.
You know, which like you did, you know, because that's a huge chunk of change.
It is.
You know?
But I see it paying off. I really do. Like we were just talking about, you know, once it's done and complete and the certification is there, then it turns into like something really, really good for folks that are still here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hallelujah. See, this name works
I
out.
didn't even mean to do that.
Dude, that's just who we are, man.
It is.
It is,
yeah. And it's a way for us to help each other grow.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this like just before like we went on, you know, it makes me happy watching my friends succeed, or it makes me even more happy when I can help my friends succeed. Even if it's the smallest thing, like, hey man, can you please give me a ride to work? Yep, done. I want to succeed today. Hey, Dad, can you pick me up? My car is whatever. Yep, I got you. We'll take care of it. I'm going to help you succeed today. Even if it's that one thing. Anthony, help me today by going and helping me get my son, helping me get that water heater.
Yeah.
Helping me succeed. Big time stuff right there.
And I think we live in a world where people they want to succeed first. And then be like, oh, I can help you. You know, but look at me first.
Right.
You know, and their intentions and their whole motive is off. You know, and I don't like people like that, man. You know, especially the ones that, you know.
I just don't like that action. I think that it's rude. I don't like the action of it because we're better than that. And on top of that, like, I feel like I've trained enough people or taught enough people to not be selfish. There are times to be selfish. You know, there are times to, and I don't want to like overuse this, but invest in yourself, right? And maybe you really need a pair of new Jordans, so you invest in yourself. You know what I mean? But like,
that's a shot. No. I know I have some.
Listen, I keep eyeballing them. I'm like, what size are those, bro? He's like,
10 and a half.
He goes, not your size, and they are my size. But you know what I mean? It's,
I think investment's huge, man.
Investment is huge. It's a lot different than being selfish. I don't want to be selfish in something. I want to make people happy. and it makes me. It just makes me happy helping people. It really does. That's not a joke. I'm not putting you on. It just makes me happy when I get the opportunity, when I get the opportunity placed in front of me to assist somebody, and it can be anything.
Well, I think that again, that depends on coming from the person, at least with the experiences that you have or I have.
Yep.
Not this hothead 25-year-old kid.
Right.
And again, these are shots, so these are intentional. But yeah, God help me, I still got weaknesses, man. But I feel now, I think when it comes to like that growth, man, because really it's a character development.
It is.
And when you don't really invest in that or see the true importance of it, and you're so clouded by the clout, yeah, you're twisted, man. It's gonna be a long, rough road ahead of you. And I feel like that's why these shows or these podcasts we do, because I remember on our previous one, I was having this one individual always commenting. Shout out to her. I think it's New York Killer. I'll put her social media on above, or at least popped up right now in the lower third. But she commented on one of my posts, and she was like, man, I'm so glad you're doing good. She says, but you're a life coach. # life coach. And I never thought about that. And I'm like, dude, I can actually run with that. I'm good with that. When you said it, again, that's something that it comes from experience. Again, the NFL is not going to hire this kid or this person that has, great aspirations to be a coach.
Yeah, but what if you played Madden like all the time? What if you played Madden since like Madden 94 and Sega Genesis?
Well, again, but what are they going to? All right, tell me about your experiences.
So I've won the Super Bowl in Madden
52
94
times.
like 106 times.
Yeah, I've done it with the weakest teams.
Yeah, Tecmo Bowl. Yeah.
Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah. I won it with like the.
But are those experiences gonna get you where you need to be?
No, because you have Bo Jackson or you have Walter Payton as your running back.
You have Joe Montana,
but
Jerry Rice and OBJ.
You were talking, and I know this is like the most I've ever talked about video games in a long time. But like, I think because I don't play, but like you were talking about character development. Like that's what we're doing. Like even right now, we're doing character development. When I go home later on today and I do my 2 hours of studying and videos and stuff like that, that's character development.
Yeah.
And like in video games, you have character development. You can't just get the best character. You know what I mean? Even if you pay money for all these upgrades for this person, you're not going to appreciate it as much as going through the dirt and getting those upgrades. You know what I mean? And then like, okay, so you have $10 or something so you can get like an extra shoelace or something. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to appreciate those upgrades if you just get them. Yeah, somebody just gave them to you, dude. That's so
real. Because again, the hard work behind it, and the whole effort, and again, anybody can download a DLC, downloadable content, and just get the easy way out. All these clowns on Fortnite, and it's like, and get to level 1,000. I don't know how that works, but I just feel like when you make that personal investment in yourself and not let that personal development trap you to be too selfish because it's about me. It's this. No, man, the investment is honestly, I feel like this is where the Holy Ghost is going to speak. I think the reason why I've went through what I went through and the investment that I've had to be put in myself is for others, legitimately for others. Because I know there are going to be people, because the way this show is planning on going and the direction it's going, I feel like what we've been through is preparing us for something greater.
It's lining us up for some pretty rad stuff, man.
Yeah, and I feel like the way everything has been falling into place has only further confirmed and stamped that into a reality, to where when we walk into it, again, it's like that perfect pass from Tom Brady, to Gronk. And it's like, it's not overthrown. It's not underthrown. It's in stride. Yeah. And it doesn't slow you down. You catch the ball and you gradually just run in for a touchdown. And I feel like we're at that point where we're just in stride. That's why I feel like going through all the practices, all the pain, all the hurt, all the frustrations, all these annoying encounters is setting us up for something. Because why is everything right now coming so easy? Because again, one door closed, and a bigger door is about to open.
Yeah. Petra.
I like Petra.
Have you seen the doorway to Petra?
Is that the band?
No.
Oh.
No, Petra is in the desert in Jordan.
I don't
And
know.
when I was in the Navy, we'd go on these tours. And this door, you remember on Indiana Jones? Yeah. So that huge doorway where Indiana Jones looks like he's like this big.
Yeah.
That
wanna watch
that
that.
cool.
Yeah, I feel
pretty
that.
rad.
I feel that, man.
That place is awesome.
Which, gives me to our point on what we want to talk about, man. And I feel like if our weaknesses weren't put before us, we wouldn't have known what to work on.
Yeah. That's 100% true.
Dude,
That's nice.
again, man.
right there.
The Holy
That's
Ghost
pretty.
is speaking through me right
That's
now.
nice right there.
But I don't know.
That's a nice one.
Bro.
You can't, I can't even, I have nothing to say besides that's great.
Jesus. Hallelujah. Someone slap me. If you see me in public, slap me. But like a nice slap.
Gotcha, man.
Like I'll bend over.
Get a piece of the Holy Ghost.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. What do you think? Anything? I know because you read a quote. Let's end on that last quote you read about the warrior and end on that high note as far as, because again, man, weaknesses turn us into something greater and stronger.
It does. And I feel like, I mean, we're not going to just stay weak. You know what I mean? We're going to keep our cards close to our chest.
Yeah.
Especially when we're down like that. But like, don't count us out, bro.
Yeah.
We're still coming.
It's voluntarily held back.
And honestly, it's equally voluntarily given up too. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a special person to keep getting up.
Definitely.
To keep getting up. It took a special, and I think that's what even on Rocky. I know you just went to the movies and you saw director's cut for Rocky 4.
Yeah,
and
which is dope.
Yes, and
Shout out to Sly.
Yes, you loved it, and oh man, it takes a special person to keep getting up, or a foolish person. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet, but I'm still ready to fail. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid of failure. I'm not afraid of failure. Ask Tom Brady how many times he failed.
Come on.
Ask who's some of the greatest hitters. Ask Michael Jordan how many times he
very
failed.
open about
Yeah.
that, man.
Ask Larry Bird how many times he failed.
Yep.
Ask like any other like good pro athlete that's worth something. How many times they failed, and they'll tell you, and they'll be honest, and that's huge. I fail all the time. I fail every single day.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to fail. And I don't know, you have to learn from it. You got to be better. We were talking, going back to Dr. Jordan Peterson, one of his books, the one that you just bought, the 12 Rules for Life, and I thought we were gonna buy it at the same time, but I guess not. Anyways,
I thought you were buying it already.
Stick on that. So,
dang it.
Was it? I don't know. Okay, so. I don't know if it was this or was it a different one. Oh no, it might have been a different one. But like,
I think it was that Instagram post
yeah,
you sent me.
Okay, because in this book, like, it's crazy because the things that we've already talked about right now are in this book. Why do bad things happen to good people? What am I supposed to do to make myself happier? What's the point of living? Like all these things that. Like, I'm saying it like a crybaby right now, but in all honesty, like, I didn't say these things to anybody else when I was like all laid up and all bandaged up and looking like the mummy and stuff.
Yeah.
But like,
I'll put those pictures up as you're talking.
okay, you can. Yeah. I'll send you a couple more.
I think I already have some, but
Dude.
yeah, I'll do it.
And so while I'm up and at like that stuff, I'm thinking those things. Why did this happen to me? How did this happen? Why me?
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Well, I like that because
so I'm excited to I'm excited to read this book. Did you have the quote up?
Yeah, well, because I like what the whole title is, or on his post is. Again, man, shout out to, if he ever sees this, I'll
Well, we have to send it to him for sure.
I'll send it to him, man. If he ever sees her. But Dr. Jordan Peterson, man, I love you, man. You're dope. But this title on his Instagram post is that you should be a monster. And one thing we were talking about before we started shooting was we talked about, was it on Dr. Banner on the end game?
Yeah.
You know, all he saw was Hulk as the monster or the weakness or the disease and all that. Then he finally realized, no, man, he was the answer. You know, a lot of times we look at ourselves as our weaknesses or our bad family traits and traditions we take onto ourselves, curses, generational curses. We see that as a weakness and we see that as the problem, when most, if not all the time, that's the answer.
Right.
You know, and that's why I like this quote, like you said, or he said, you should be a monster, you know, and this is you. I mean, do you want to read this? Because you're the one that sent me this too. I don't want to take your...
It's not mine. It's Dr. Jordan's, whose show. If you ever want us to come on your show, Doc, just know that we're 100% in.
So I'll read the first one. He said, everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. That's what everyone says, he says.
Yeah.
And they also say you shouldn't try to win. You don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You can read the other part.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and he says, no, you're wrong. But go ahead.
Yeah, he says, yeah, no, you're wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster. And for me, this next part is kind of sums up everything we were talking about.
Yeah.
And then you should learn how to control it. So control is everything, whether you're in your weakest state or whether you are the monster.
At your peak performance.
Yeah, at the peak. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's up to us to control who we are and what we do, right? I can't control you or what you say to me or how angry you are at me, but I can control me.
Yeah.
I can control this monster inside.
Oof.
We can.
Dude.
And we do.
Yeah, and I feel like that was my experience on that encounter that I talked about, because I did control it.
Yeah.
I was physically at my weakness. My wife was there, you know, and mentally I was like, you know what's funny, in that conversation, all I can think about was really that's how I was. I was that naive, that weak, that pathetic. You know, I was that person that lied to myself. Like I was the victim. And I felt bad. And now that I've gotten older, I've learned now that actually that's my greatest strength. And now that what people told me, because dude, there were people that told me, don't do this, you shouldn't be this, you shouldn't be that. The only reason why, man, there's a quote I read a while back, is that people know your worth, they just hope you don't.
Right.
You know?
So freaking money.
You know,
That's
so the reason
good.
why, because once you realize your worth,
Yep.
the monster inside of you is like the whole time this dude could have been out.
Yep.
Like you said, and the biggest one, and then learn how to control it.
Yep.
That right there is an unstoppable force.
Oh,
man.
it truly is.
And the quote in the description says, a harmless man is not a good man. You know, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. You know, and I feel like we've been set up as warriors right now. We're just in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
We're not really getting launched to our fullest potential. There's still a lot of stuff we're working on. And now that I see, and this will be my last word and you'll have the last word. Now that I've, like what you've talked about, you know, with your experiences, man, I know that I can look back, especially in this recent encounter, because the recent encounter is really kind of what set me up for something great. Because again, one little door, minute door closed and a bigger door opened, and there was no stride lost, you know. And so
that's so awesome.
Yeah, and there was nothing lost. And so now I've got to take this more into a bigger accountability for me, because there are things that are going to be happening. There are things that are going to be flowing so nice. There are things that are going to probably be attacking my family, my marriage, my mental, you know, because of the Bible says too much is given, much is required.
Yep.
You know, was it the heavier the burden upon the person or something? It's just, I'm starting to now know I'm walking in my weaknesses now. You know, I'm understanding my failures and I'm growing for them. And now let's invest in it, man. And again, this investment is only for me, for this show, for my family, in no particular order, but really for those who are listening and watching.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because those who are actually listening and watching are the ones that are actually gleaning from for them to say, dude, you should be a life coach.
Yeah.
You know, you have qualifications to be a life coach, Johnny, and you're investing in yourself, and those are actually real people see. You know, people see bullshit.
Yes.
They do.
Yes. Just as much as they see the good, they see the bad.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, the good will outweigh always the bullshit.
It does.
And I feel like what we bring to it is legit authenticity, man. Mm-hmm. And so that's my last word. If you guys are listening, you know, let your weaknesses grow you. Your weaknesses are there for a reason. You know, take advantage of that. You know, again, don't be, you know, don't be just a gardener in a war. You know, be a warrior in a garden and be ready for one, man. And I feel like that's what we're getting set up for, you know. And just be a monster, you know, be weak as, you know, be all that. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, man.
Oh, it's so perfect. That's so great. You know, I feel like we talked about like from being like your weakest to being like a total monster or a warrior and like everything in between. And we also talked about validity in your life and like how you can't speak on something unless you've been through something, right? Like what do you have to offer me if you haven't done it? Yep. If you haven't lived through something that I'm going through, but you're going to offer me advice on what?
Yeah.
You know, I guess
that reminds me of PK kids. That's why.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah. Okay. I guess you're going to give me a life lesson right now.
Yeah.
Because you don't, maybe they didn't know how else to respond. Yeah. I guess. Or there's just immaturity. Anyways.
Or a generic response.
Sorry. Right. Or a generic. But anyways, yeah, you get me.
I get you.
You get me. Yeah, it's just all tied together. We could say it a billion different ways. You know, we could come up with different analogies and different ways to say it. But I mean, the bottom line is we go through our sorrows or these trials and good times so that we can enjoy the good times, so that and you know, we go through trials to enjoy the good times, but we go through all of it so that we can pass it on to our kids and to our friends and to you know, people on the show. That's why we do this. That's the folks that watch this. I would watch this show. 100%. When I was at my weakest or even at my best, I would watch this show completely, 100%, or listen to it. My dad today, I know we talked about quotes, and my dad has kind of been, okay, so the reason why this certification is so important to me is because I was talking to my mom about it a lot. And I didn't, for some reason, I wasn't talking to my pop about it. I don't know. It just always came up with my mom, and she would always bring it up, and she's, you know, where are you at with this certification? You gonna be a speaker or something? Will you come out to Maine and be a speaker?
That's funny. That's awesome.
That didn't sound like my mom. But anyways,
Bostonian.
And so I told my dad. I told him about it. And he's like, oh. I almost felt like maybe his feelings might be hurt a little bit, but I don't know. I just explained that, you know, there are sometimes that things you talk to mom about, and there's sometimes, you know, there's things you talk to dad about, and this is the one that mom got, and that I kind of started sharing it with him. Mm-hmm. And today, he sent me this quote, and this is a legit text message that he sent me. He said, "This is the time you pick yourself up and remember what you're made of." So that right there really made me, it kind of validated my feelings about everything that I'm feeling about this course and the podcast and the whatever else that, you know, I have going on in my life. And I control my controllables, homie.
Yep.
You know, that's all I can do. I can't step outside my boundaries. I can't. I control my controllables. I'm the warrior in the garden. And sometimes I'm weak. Sometimes I'm weak. I woke up feeling I didn't sleep. Slept crappy, man. I think I woke up at like 4 and just up, just like this. So then I played tennis class, you know, like 4 o'clock in the morning. That's when you can just smoke fools, right?
Yeah.
They're especially if like, because their coordination, hand-eye is not good at all. I wonder why.
Especially at that time in the morning.
It's weird. Anyways, I'm just crushing people.
Dude, I mean, I love that, man. I mean,
Yeah.
time to wake up, and you know, I appreciate that. That's an awesome quote your pop sent you. You know, and again, that's kind of really, not kind of, man, but that's the reason why this show evolved so easy and so fast. You know, when I put out the announcement of moving on, starting something new, right out the gate, 10 minutes later, Roski hits me up and was like, dude, you need anything? You need a logo? I got you, fam. Called him the next day, done. Look, and we have it right here. You know, we have it as the lower thirds popping up. The dope intro, you know, and the way things are just falling into place, man, because people see the effort, people see the growth, they see the strength, they see
our content.
Yeah.
And they see the connection that we have, especially with Mondo as well. You know, we definitely have really good connections with each other.
It's the experience.
You know? It is.
You know, a lot of it wasn't not of our doing. A lot of it was self-harm. But again, we've taken from it and learned from it, you know, not just regurgitate something that's trendy, you know, and I feel like that's the world we live in now. And that's why everyone loves Joe Rogan. That's why a lot of people love Jordan Peterson. A lot of people love these people like that because they're so real, you know, they're legit real humans. And that's how I want to stay, man. And so again, that's why I still hear podcasts started. That's why I still hear, you know, and that's why me, Johnny, Mondo are still here, you know, given our experiences and things that has happened to us. And a lot of it too, not of our choosing, but we're still here.
That's it. It's our job to put the content, the vulnerability, our integrity, our character, our, like, everything that we are, like everything you see from me. I know everything you see from this guy, like right now, is exactly how we are anyways.
Yeah.
When
the cameras are off.
Yeah, when the cameras are off.
That's important.
Yep. And
I'm not going to cuss somebody out, get in their face, trying to fight them, and go worship Jesus on that Sunday morning like nothing happened, or yell at my wife, or yell at my brother, sister, mom, and dad, and try to fight my boss. I'm not. When these cameras are off, go back to get that gone, because he knows it's real.
I do.
I'm not gonna be that guy, man. I hate people like that. When I say there's hate's not in me. I mean, we're supposed to end, but this will end perfect. But again, I don't hate anybody.
Yeah.
I had beef with people at my job at Channel 26, but I never hated people. But I hate fake people. And I hate the people that do stuff like that, you know, and you cuss someone out, threaten them while a pastor's sitting there and you worship them the next day like nothing happened, you know, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, to me, that is the hypocrisy I will not align myself with in my personal life. That's why when these cameras are off, this is who I am, like you said. This is like with Johnny, same thing. Johnny's that guy on screen and off. If not better. I really feel that, you know, because here we're putting on a show, we're putting on topics, so we want to relate, you know, but how many dope conversations we had, and we're like, dude, how come we didn't record that? Yeah. But I feel like those conversations were just between us. you know, and especially when I know my wife sits on all those conversations also. And again, I will not be that person. You know, that's why I walked away from religion, Christian churches, you know, and I want to be relatable like Jesus. I have a lot of flaws. I have a lot to work on, like me and you, like you do, like both of us do. And I feel like that's why people relate. Go start a YouTube channel about whatever fashion. I don't give a crap. No one can, anybody can do that. But when you can connect like us, say we're still here.
That's big. That's just it's bigger than a logo. It's bigger than a podcast. It's bigger than something that, you know, to do with public speaking. I know we already gave our final thoughts, but
no, let's run with it. I don't care.
Okay. So I was talking to my friend, and I already know like where I'm at with this certification, what I want to do with it. Right. I want to travel. I want to write. I want to do public speaking with it, life coaching, kind of on the side.
Yeah.
And still at the same time, like coaching people to speak, coaching people to talk on podcasts. And you don't want to just go on your first podcast and be like, and then I got hit by a car and broke my femur and blood's going everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you're getting into things that you shouldn't. You like ease in and get some character development kind of deal. You know what I mean? And anyways, I got this idea. I've just reconnected with a buddy of mine from high school. Like I haven't seen him in like 25 years or something like that. And our lives just went, and I was just barely just able to reconnect with him. He started a ministry, and I'm like, and then okay, and then he helps folks out. He helps these guys out that are just getting out of prison, stuff like that, and helping them get back on their feet. That's and awesome. Stuff. And he was paragliding or something like that. What's the one when they have like the fan?
Okay, yeah, I understand about.
Yeah, so he's like that glider thing. He's been doing it. He's pretty familiar, but he freaking crashed.
Oh damn!
And like when I say crash, like it was crumble up and broke his pelvis, femur, like everything just shot out. And called 911, knew where he was, stayed in control. And, you know, at his weakest, but stayed in control. And he was able to get the help that he needed. So Jeff, his name's Jeff. Jeff is a lot like me and you. He's very charismatic, very outgoing. And like when we were growing up, very outgoing, very smart, very charismatic. And we got along really well. And it was kind of crazy. We were talking yesterday for like, if you asked Joni, it was over an hour. But anyways, she, you talked to him for like over an hour. And so I did. I know. I'm
Joni,
sorry.
let Johnny have his free time, please. Please, Joni. If you've gone this far, Joni, let Johnny do him.
At least an hour. No,
Yeah,
it was cool though. It was, we were able to reconnect, and I was like, bro, what are your thoughts of like putting? I wrote my life story down while I was healing from my last surgery, and that just that was a big lift off my chest. And to talk about things is to talk about it, but when you write it and then you actually see it, then you read it, you're like, wow. And then to try and put that into a 10-minute or a 15-minute like TED Talk thing,
it's
you know,
impossible.
and just, yeah,
it'd be impossible.
And so that's kind of the goal too, is to have these stories, like condensed,
still get your point,
still get your point,
across.
and still get your emotions, still get it all down. And so I was talking to Jeff
tough.
about it, man. And like, then he started talking about like some personal stuff that he went through. Cause I, you know, let him know, you know, personal stuff about me growing up. And then he started talking, and like, before I know it, I'm like, bro, we need to put this down. You know, you need to come to California. You need to like seriously, like we should really like do something about this.
Dude, we can do a Zoom podcast with him.
Yeah,
we'll set it up and on the show he'll be on here live.
That would be awesome.
You know, switching before, and he'll be right there, and we're just and he can see us, and he can see all the camera angles. You know,
wouldn't know what somebody's been through in their life, even if you asked them.
Yeah,
it's up to them when they want to. I think that's when I'm my weakest. Now that I think about it, it takes so much out of me to talk about growing up and then into the tree, like the whole story. It takes so much out of me that it just, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And that is literally my weakest. But at my weakest, like you said, I'm my strongest because you're getting content out.
Keep going.
And you're getting content out, and you're getting real life experience, real life just love out there.
Well, I feel like that's I think that's just what it's meant for us. It's meant for us.
Perseverance.
Yeah. It's meant for us, man. And
yeah,
guys like us aren't supposed to have it easy.
Right.
There's a lot of people out there listening and watching.
Yep.
Like, why is this always happen? Why is always one thing after another? If you have to spend the whole reason on asking why and not trying to find, okay, now how I can utilize this, then you're missing you're missing your blessings. You know, you're missing the opportunity to grow. You're missing it.
Yep.
You know, and I think I've lived my life with the whys. Now I'm looking at how can I use this? How can I make this happen? You know, and so I want to read something real quick. I know we're supposed to close. But dude, once we get going, man, that's it. So there's this verse. I know I've been cussing, but Lord forgive me. You know, everyone's perfect, but you know, not me, you know. But
not I.
He says, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in my weakness. I delight in weaknesses and insults, and hardships and persecution and difficulties. 2 Corinthians 12.
Yep. What that's used in a lot of like self-help books and stuff like that, where they talk about sit in your shit. I know. Okay, so it's bad. You just read but that's what they say.
God's still working on this, y'all. So if y'all perfect and got,
is shit really a bad word though?
It's not. It's poo.
Yeah.
So crap.
It's just like,
caca. Bro, why don't you say caca? Man, just shut up.
Yeah.
Don't listen to us.
Because it rhymes. Sit in your shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to, so that you can, you have to give it back to the big guy. You have to sit in it sometimes and delight in that.
But then you know that in my weaknesses, he like we're made strong in him.
Yep.
That's how we know this show, what we talk about, all these nuggets we drop, it's not really us.
No.
That's why I don't take credit. That's why I don't act like I know it all. Or that's why I don't act like I'm up here, because I'm only up here. When from the tear down, man, I'm only up here is because of God's grace and mercy. I'm only up here is because I have such a foundational, strong wife. If I didn't have those, I'm garbage. So is it really me? No. Are you guys hearing all this because of me? No. That's why I'm still here. That's it. This show, this thing is not just a trendy thing to start. When I was in the hospital, when I was supposed to die twice, I was questioning my purpose and why I'm living. And the nurses there, man, once they said that they're releasing me the second time, lady came running in. They're letting you go? I'm like, yeah. She said, God has a plan for you, mijo. I can't wait to see it. When you leave here, God has a plan. And I questioned it when I left. And now that I'm starting to see this, and I read that scripture, and our topic today, dude, we're walking in that now.
Yeah.
There's a reason why you're still alive, Fish.
Yep. Yes,
When you said how close
micrometer. Yeah. Yep.
So God has a plan and purpose, and if y'all don't believe in God, man, then that's you. But the reason why we're here is because not by our own strength, man, but we do believe in a higher power. We do believe in our wives, and we do believe in good people in our lives. That's why we're still here.
That is exactly
Boom!
why we're still. Oh! Somebody's getting excited. You're gonna break your new phone. Was that the iPhone 6?
No, it's the 8.
It's the
8 Plus. I'm getting a 13 Max.
Hey, my brother had a 6, and like my girls were making fun of him. My daughters, they're all busted on him, and they're like, "Hey, is that a flip phone? Like, I haven't seen one of those before."
Is that the kick flip?
Yeah,
the
what
Nokia?
is it? And he's like, "Shut up! It's an iPhone 6." And like he's
is that the T-Mobile?
like,
Is that the Razor Edge? You know,
Edge.
dude, that was one of my favorite
Yeah.
phones.
Yeah, that's everybody's, man.
Dude.
And then, so like he just got a new phone like last week, and so he's sending like all these pictures and like, you know, like cause he's
having fun.
Yeah, he'll dive into all the different fonts and all the different ways and stuff. And I'm like, bro, what's up? And he's like, I got a new phone. Why don't you tell your daughters? I go, you have a new phone? Why don't you freaking FaceTime them? Let them know.
That's
And
funny,
so
dude. No, that's the 8 Plus.
I'm
I'm gonna get the 13 Max Pro like next week or something. I haven't had time to go. I think I'm gonna be busy next week. But yeah, my name's JCruz, one of the hosts here at Still Here podcast.
Yes.
I had to slow down on that one.
My name's Johnny Fisher.
Another host, the host.
I'm just a host. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to still be here.
Man, this title works out great, man.
It does.
So you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, man. Like and share this. Man, share the hell out of this because the nuggets dropped today. Man, this is who we are. This is what you get in person. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Share this content, man. Follow us on social media. You know, we're gonna start stepping up more social media engagements, and so stand by because I know Caitlin.
Stand by on the social media. Stand by on things that come.
Yep.
Stand by on stand by to stand by.
Stand by on standing by. That's it. That is a good.
That's
way
an
to
old
end
military term.
Yeah.
I think it's still a military term. We'll talk to Brandon someday again, I'm sure.
Yeah, we need to get him.
Yeah.
So again, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like, share this. We like you. We love you. Thanks for all the love you guys are gonna show us, man. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Later.